Alright, here we are with another m12 draft. I just opened a Primeval Titan, so I guess I'm gonna take it, because it's worth like 6 tickets. Even though I also see an Acidic Slime and an Overrun in the same pack. Yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish playables here. It's probably going to go something like 1. Green isn't really liked. Like, I think Stormblood Berserker is probably going to go second. But, like, this pack's pretty shallow. I'd see Overrun going third or fourth. So I may or may not be playing Primeval Titan. It's the first pick. It's worth a lot. We might be playing him. He actually allows you to splash things, since he's a slight mana fixer. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I might be wheeling like Goblin Tunneler or Infinite Cutthroat here. Actually, probably cancel our Ice Cage over that. And I get past a Berserker. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, Berserker is definitely the strongest card in this pack. Also, like, we could follow the Titan up with a Trollhide. It's just not good enough here for second pick. Not good enough compared to Berserker. The only other card worth mentioning here is like Frost Breath. I mean, all these other cards are more mid-range picks. Probably not going to wheel anything out of this pack. They also took a rare, so this doesn't give us any indication of what they exactly were drafting. Let's see what we might be wheeling here. So it's probably going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, I'd probably get like a Distress or a Siege Mastodon. Yeah, nothing of value coming out. Alright, well, third pick Gideon's Lockkeeper is a pretty big signal that white's going to be open, especially when there was no uncommon or rare taken, barring foils. We also see that there's a Gravedigger and a Tormented Soul, 2 decent black cards. Mind Unbound is okay. A lot of people don't like it, though I've had it single-handedly win me matches before, so it is quite powerful if you can actually live to the late game, especially since there's not much enchantment removal in this format that's played main deck. But yeah, Gideon's Lockkeeper, I mean, I don't necessarily like to play it with green, but again, I might not be playing green here since I just passed such awesome green stuff. And Gideon's Lockkeeper, I think white-red's an okay color combination, and it's quite simply the best card. Just kind of got to go with that. Here, I think Goblin Fireslinger is clearly the pick. I mean, it works great with the Berserker. Nothing else is really massively of note here. Like, we've seen a few black cards, so I guess it would be interesting to say that black could be coming. But since we just got past the Lockkeeper, Fireslinger, Arsonist, Flinger still here. 2 uncommons and a common are missing. Red probably hasn't been taken heavily. That's kind of hard to say based on what the uncommons might be. But it looks like red's probably still open, as white might be as well, since Lockkeeper came. I'm just going to take the Fireslinger here. It looks like black is definitely open here. I mean, we see a bat and an Onyx Mage. Griffin Rider, sometimes he can be very, very good. You just have to have a high Griffin count, obviously. Rock Egg's not really a card. Fiery Hellhound is something that I generally don't like to take, unless, I mean, obviously you're heavy red, but like something like Lockkeeper requires more of a white commitment. It might actually be that we move away from our Lockkeeper here and just take Onyx Mage or Dust Bat based on the black that I'm calling, but I think for now I'm just going to stick with white-red. Even though I'm seeing black coming, like Lockkeeper's such a powerful card. We haven't passed a lot of it. We have passed black. I'd expect there to be black-green on the other side, and white to be coming our way still a little bit, hopefully. And in the second pack, I'd hopefully expect to get a lot back in the white-red department based on what we've passed, and less in the black-green. Here, I think I'm going to take the Griffin Rider, and we're just going to cross our fingers. We're going to get some Griffins later. We can prioritize Griffins over other picks. I mean, it's interesting seeing an Active Treason when I know there's 2 flings. Once we've taken one Griffin Rider, obviously the second probably becomes better since we're gearing our deck a little bit more for that. This is interesting. Like, Active Treason, since we've seen those flings, could be good. I think Scepter of Empires is fine. Like, it really helps whittle down some of the more controlish decks in the format. Yeah, it helps enable our Bloodthirst, which is definitely needed in red, even though we already have a Fire Slinger. Celestial Purge is a great permanent, or sorry, a great sideboard option. But I think Scepter might be better just as a main deck card here. Green, like, we definitely haven't seen any strong green cards, so I am thinking that I'm glad we kind of abandoned green. I don't think I'm going to be playing Primeval Titan here. There really is, like, all these cards suck. Probably just going to take... Turn to Frog, because it's possibly, well, no. Maybe I'll just take the foil lifelink. I mean, if they have a lot of ice cages, we passed a couple ice cages. That might be some kind of sideboard option. Alright, well, the Cutthroat and the Cancel Wield. So, I'm trying to remember what that other blue card was that was taken, but obviously, as I thought, nothing much came from this pack. I think I'm just going to take the Tunneler here, and we are going to hope to get some more stuff back. Lava Axe might not be horrible in this deck. Goes with the Scepter. And yeah, it looks, I mean, we have kind of a beatdown deck going. Lava Axe might actually find a home. I think I will just hate the Flash Freeze here. Though, I mean, arguably taking... You know what, I'm going to take Vascular Gorger, just in case we end up somehow going into green. Like, it's a possibility. Circle of Flame can shut down some black-red decks, and wow, I can't believe there's a bad still in this pack. Yeah, probably not playing Demystify regardless. Though, it's sometimes helpful for a sideboard option. I just think, in this particular case, it might just be better to scoop up a bat and hate that than have the Demystify. Well, as much as Goblin Chieftain works with the couple goblins we've already gotten, I think the second Lawkeeper is quite clearly the best pick from this pack. We might be wheeling this Armored Warhorse, or the Fiery Hellhound. We'd probably go something like 1, well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. Actually, we're probably not. More likely to get like Stonebreaker Giant, but let's hopefully get some Griffins. Pacifism, again, quite clearly the best card. They took the rare. I don't think, like, we might be wheeling a Lava Axe or Stave Off. Probably not Stave Off since it's the only white card in the pack. And we could build the Circle of Flame Fire Slinger Scepter of Empires deck and just sit back on our Circle of Flame laurels. I think Pacifism is quite clearly the pick here. And yep. Our creature quality, I'm just going to hide these green cards, is not great. So Vanillish Veteran could be considered, but I mean, obviously it's not even close to as good as Shock. And hopefully we'll get some Griffins to add to our deck. But yeah, Shock is quite clearly the pick here. Wow. Goblin Bane Chuckers, I mean, I've seen people take this guy before. I don't really consider him much of a card. I don't like relying on something that works off of coin flips, like, and that has a major drawback of killing itself if you can't combo it. It just does not seem very strong to me. I've never actually played with Reverberate. Sometimes this has seemed decent, but since it only copies it and doesn't actually redirect it, yeah, it's not that good at all. it would be kind of funny to Lava Axe fork it, but I think Stave Off is quite clearly the pick here. Much stronger card than Mighty Leap, especially when you see things like Web. And like our pacifism, for instance. Alright. Well, I think we got to take Bonebreaker Giant here. Goblin War Paint, not so strong. We don't actually have very large creatures yet. Bonebreaker Giant is something that will finish the game for us in this situation. I'm very surprised that like white must be getting cut on both sides. Even though they're just past the pacifism and past the Lockkeeper in the other pack. I think we gotta just go with the Giant here. And rely on him as kind of a late game finisher. I'm tempted to take Combust. I mean, it's a good sideboard card for us. It's a good sideboard card against us, especially when, like, if we have Peregrine Falcons or Griffins, we do not want them dying. I'm really hoping we get some Griffins in the next pack. We are very short on creatures. I mean, I'm tempted to take Rusted Sentinel just since we're so short on creatures, but hopefully we can just wheel some crappy red guys like the other Giant or the Fiery Hellhound. And I'm not going to need this guy. God, but yeah, I gotta take him. Yeah, actually, I'm taking the Sentinel. Like, we are just so short on creatures. If I don't get a Griffin, we're just completely hosed. Wow, I'm amazed that there's all this black left in this pack. We're taking Deathmark. It's good against us. It's slightly splashable. Might as well grab it. Yeah, and here we are with an interesting Rootbound, Craig. We could splash our Primeval Titan, but in all seriousness, I think we need another just big guy that's going to help win the game. Manic Vandal's pretty good against us now that we've taken 2 artifacts, but I think we just, as I said, need a bigger finisher. Wow. And all that green left, even though I passed the light green. Nah, I'm just kind of taking picks here. There isn't that much strong stuff left. I think Sacred Wolf is actually going to be one of the stronger cards against us, since we have 2 Lockkeepers, and with an enchantment can just shut us down. We don't have any flyers yet, so I'm just going to hate that now. I don't know what people are drafting, considering this could be useful in our deck, I guess. I don't know how, like, Frost Breath and Sacred Wolves were that late in the draft. Really wish these were Griffins. This deck is not looking strong. Ooh. And we open... I wish this guy was a Griffin, but he's very, very powerful. We need creatures, we need finishers, and he's removable. He kind of fits every single role. I don't think we're going to wheel anything. I mean, if we actually end up picking up like 3 Griffins, that would be pretty cool to wheel the Griffin Rider, but I don't think it's going to happen. Another note that we have another Deathmark out here that might be facing. Now this is an interesting pack. I think we still have to go with Gorehorn Minotaurs. Like, it is just the best card in the pack. If we take this, there's 3 other red cards. I might be getting like a Piker back. I don't think I'm getting Dragon, obviously, or the Ogre. While Assault Griffin, you might be able to make the case that it could be better. Like, unless we get like 3 more Griffins, those aren't even that good for our deck. I think we just have to take the Minotaur. Much, much better than everything else. How and Soren's Vengeance. Okay. Spirit Mantle is a very strong card. I don't have... Now we're just glutted at the 4 slot, or the 5 slot. I think Alabaster Mage is quite clearly the pick, though. Again, I still need threats. And without Oremaster's Spirit Mantle can easily be a 2-for-1. We have a Stave Off to answer the Spirit Mantle. We also have Pacifism to answer it, so we're not completely dead to it. Yeah. Again, I have those two Griffin dudes. But now I'm wondering, am I actually going to get to use those Griffin guys? I think Fire Slinger is the pick here. Like, I now have two Bloodthirst guys. Kind of nickel and diamond people is fine when you're locking the game up with Lawkeepers. God, the Griffin Sentinel looks pretty spicy. Maybe I should take the Sentinel. He also kind of enables Bloodthirst, especially for something like Minotaurs when he comes down turn 3. This is a really hard call, actually. Yeah, I think I'm taking the Sentinel. If I can't pick up another Griffin, he can really help. Well, I think Vanguard is a little bit better than either of the other choices. I don't have many white creatures yet. This deck is aggressive. Vanguard gets in early damage, and Manic Vandal's just, I think I can maybe pick one up later. I don't think any of these cards are good. I might just take the rare. I think I will. I mean, this might power out the Sworn's Vengeance in the big green-black deck that I'm shipping. I gotta take Lightning Elemental here. I mean, I just need something else to throw in at this slot. Fling's just not it at this point. I don't think Goblin Warpaint is something that we're going to be playing in this deck. Then again, Siege Mastodon is also something that we might not be playing. Simply because we're already glutted at that slot. And Guardian's Pledge doesn't really work so well, so maybe we are playing Warpaint since half of my creatures aren't white. Though, if I'm playing the Griffin Sentinels, probably not getting a Griffin back yet. We're just going to take Warpaint. And then hate the Deathmark. Ooh, and we did get a Goblin Piker back, which is good news. Tempted, like Mana Barbs, this deck's too slow for Barbs. Yeah, I think the Fire Slinger would have been better than the Sentinel. I mean, it was kind of just false hope to think that we'd be getting another a Griffin or two as the thing tabled. I don't think we can end up playing those Griffin guys. Like, Tunneler's just simply better than the Griffin guys when you don't know Griffin. It's sad but true. And wow, that was kind of a gift to get an Armored Warhorse Slate. He doesn't really fit in completely with our deck, but I think this deck is just going to need to get lucky and get the lands it needs. So, yeah, we went from not having many creatures to having too many. I'm trying to remember what took Rusted Sentinel over, but the other pick would probably been better at this point. And I'm just like this. We are very short on playables. Like, we kind of basically have what we have, so. I think Lavax is just much better than Griffin Rider. Like, if we know they have Manic Vandals, I guess this thing isn't horrible to get back our other stuff. But, like, we're going to need colored mana, so I don't think I'm running that. Alright. We're probably going to want a little bit more white mana. I think we're going to go for like a 9/8 with the white mana, just so I can get my Vanguards online and active and not have trouble getting out Warhorse or Archon later. Problem is we might run into issues with the red early on, but I guess that's something we have to live with. That's what they suggest. Interesting, they suggest the reverse. Probably because the formula is not looking for in-game situations. Anyway, that's the draft, and I will rejoin you for match 1.